I remember like it was yesterday, the first home we owned. It was unbelievable. We lived there for 15 years. Both my sons were born there. And you go out in the backyard. We had covered half our yard, redid it all, laid sod. It was beautiful. And then we put in a basketball court, a half court, laid cement. And while the cement was wet, as a family, we went out and put our handprints in there, from my youngest to my oldest, and we put the dates and our names. It was special because we owned it. It was ours. We invested blood, sweat, tears, and money into this thing. And then I remember, as we lost our businesses and we lost everything, we got kicked out of our home. It was unfortunately, I hated it. I didn't want to leave. I tried to negotiate with the bank, but the bottom line is we got kicked out. And I remember the day we handed our keys over to the real estate agent. We had moved everything out, and I spent the day with my family, and we cleaned that place spick and span, even painted and redid some things that we had damaged during the move. And I remember the real estate agent walking through, and he was shocked, and which caught me by surprise because I thought I was in trouble. But he was shocked because he said, "Look, you're being evicted from your home. Why did you clean it? Why did you take the time to upgrade it? Why did you do this? Why did you clean the windows, cut the grass, trim the lawn?" And I said, "Because I own it. I'm emotionally attached and invested in this. And yes, I lost it and it's my fault that I did, but bottom line is I owned it." There's a difference between owning and renting. Owning, I'm emotionally attached. Owning is hard work. Owning accepts responsibility. Owning burns the bridges and said, "This is what I'm going to do and I'm going to finish this job." Renting has no consequences. There's no responsibility. Hey, if it doesn't work out, we'll just try again somewhere else. It's disposable. There's nothing invested in it. Unfortunately, right now today, 70% of Americans are renting their jobs, their workplaces, their professions, or their companies. And you can argue with me and say, "Well, Ed, I don't own it." Well, I'm not asking you to own it physically. I'm asking you to own it emotionally. Do you own or rent your job? Because if you're a renter, you don't care. If you're a renter, you're hitting the curbs, you're coming and going when you please, you're sitting at your desk doing whatever, you're not that efficient. Owners don't have that. They don't have that kind of luxury. They've got to get it done. It's their responsibility. There's no safety net. I've been to a lot of circuses, and the ones I really like, when the trapeze artists get up there and they say, "Move the net," they're owning their show. They're owning their skill and their profession. They might not own the circus, but they're owning that couple of minutes up there on that tightrope. They're risking it now, and they're saying, "I'm supremely confident, and I'm going to accept all responsibility." And they're going to walk across that wire without a net. Wow, I love that. I'd pay extra for that. Because honestly, with a net underneath, I'd walk across it. What big deal? It's actually fun. You get to fall in the net and bounce around like a trampoline. Are you owning or renting your job? How are you treating it? Here's the clue. How do you talk about it? When you express it to other people, when you're sharing about your job to other people, are you promoting or complaining? Are you sharing information, or are you blaming, pointing the finger, rationalizing, making excuses and gossiping? That's the difference between an owner and a renter. And ladies and gentlemen, we need more owners. Not just pink slip owners. We need men and women who will emotionally own their jobs, their cubicle, their office, and their chair. We need more owners because we need more people who don't have a safety net, because they're fun to be around. My name is Ed Carcarey, and I'd love to connect with you at edcarcarey.com. Find your passion. You'll find your life.